Welcome to the Spotlight segment. This is a segment dedicated to interviews with developers or interesting happenings in the world of Android. And now for this week's episode, here's your Spotlight. Let's now turn on to our developer section. That is where we have the developers talk about their projects and all of that. And so maybe we should start that in an alphabetical, if that's possible. So we got the Scottish
can help.
Army. Sally, can you navigate through all of that?
Of course. We got Dave Craig as a developer here. So we can start with him from Scotland.
Sure. Hi. So I'm Dave Craig. So I'm a developer and I volunteer with the Scottish Tech Army. And I head up the development of the Soundscape for Android app.
Wow.
So we're a team of volunteers, but I'm working pretty much full time on the project. So it's based on an original iOS app that Microsoft Research did, and we've rewritten it from scratch to improve it and be more sustainable. It's fairly early days. We're just in beta at the moment, and we've got a lot of things to fix and work on. Do you want me to give more information? How long would you like me to talk?
That's fine. There's some more stuff you want to let people know about. Maybe some recent improvements you've made from the last time that we talked with you. I think that would be great.
And how is the progress going on? Are you happy with the users that you have on Android?
Yeah. So we released the first beta about 12 weeks ago. And since then, we've been focused on getting user feedback, increasing the number of translations we have because it's a worldwide app, and then fixing stability issues, gathering analytics. And so after the initial release, we had a flurry of releases we did to address some initial issues that people were having. Been a bit of a gap since the last release because we've been working on offline map support. So that's the ability to download sections of the world of the map into your phone so you can run it without internet. So Soundscape is a kind of exploring app, so it describes what's around you as you walk. So we have a lot of regular users. One of the interesting things you're talking about, the most popular phones, one of the great things about having an app in the world is you get told every single model of phone that any of your users has used. And so I think we've got 390, I just checked, there's 398 different models of Android phone.
That's spectacular.
This is also good and bad at the same time, I guess. Like, how do you,
Well, yeah. So I think they're all sound.
I really want to know, how do you feel as a developer? Because like in the other side of the smartphone wise, there's only one brand and one thing of device. On Android, you see a lot of different sort of devices, different manufacturers.
Yeah. So I think part of the thing there is that Samsung just gave every single model a slightly different name.
Yeah.
So whereas Pixel 8 gets a single line and Pixel 9 gets a single line in the statistics, there's every single different model of a Samsung A54 has a separate number. So I think Samsung spread out, there's one of each type, but it hasn't. I don't think it's been a problem so far, but the challenges for Android are the different screen readers people use, especially ones that aren't available through the Play Store.
Yeah.
Wow.
Different text-to-speech engines. Again, So
you need to keep updating yourself to be in track of what's going on Android. Because like when you get an email saying I'm using this screen reader, you say, what's that screen reader? Like,
yeah. So that was one of the first things we did was add in. So in the app, when you contact support, it creates an email for you that includes what the screen reader is that's being used, because we were finding that just keeping track of that is really hard.
Mm-hmm.
So we've been growing the number of volunteers. So in the initial 12 weeks, increasing the number of people to help with QA and user experience, just there's still pretty much, it's me mostly on development and a couple of other people helping out. So there's a lot of work to do, but it is a very long-term project, and we're really just at the very start of it. But I know I've been back and forth with a few people on this call about various issues, and we're working through everything. And everyone who's got in touch, we will be addressing their issues. So it's been really useful getting all the feedback.
And Liam Gesfield
Yes,
with us.
I'm here. I'm with you.
Great.
Great. So
Hello.
yeah, my name is Liam. I will introduce myself, of course. I am the co-founder and CEO of a company based in the Netherlands called TouchPulse, and we basically identified years ago that navigation outside is still extremely difficult, and we posed the question: how could we use developing artificial intelligence technologies that were kind of booming at that time? How could we leverage kind of the tech developments and use that to improve the way that navigation is done? So we are actually launching a beta at the beginning of 2026 for our app called Navis. And the whole idea is, how can you go from A to B with more information, not only about the obstacles that are in your environment, but also being able to engage with and ask questions about the kind of landmarks that you approach. And on top of that, we built a solution to the GPS inaccuracy problem, which is all about using visual positioning instead, along with haptic feedback. And sort of the philosophy in mind is, how could we build a support system that can kind of meet all of your needs throughout navigation? And our navigation is, of course, a major challenge, but what I noticed is that people just really wanted that last 5 meters. How do I find the door number? How do I specifically get to where I need to go towards the last part of the trip? So we have, of course, all this AI technology, but we have a fundamental basis, which is human support. So we try to solve as many problems as we can with the Navis assistant, which we built. And the Navis system is really powered by the data it collects from the environment, so they can explain to the user and kind of give that context. But when there are moments where simply maybe it's indoor navigation, which is just very unscalable in terms of solving globally, or just moments where someone needs reassurance, we provide human operator support similar to what Aira does, but here in the Netherlands, we're building that out as well. And then over time, seeing as, okay, AI technology improves and the way that we implement it improves, how can we take over all of the human, reducing costs and making it, of course, more accessible to a wider audience?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sally?
And we got Martijn from Pikibots.
Hi there. Yes, well, I'm Martijn. I've been developing software that basically describes images for a long time. Since about 14 years ago, I developed the app Talking Goggles, and the last few years I've been working on the app Pikibots, and it describes images and videos, and its strength is mainly in using a combination of AI engines. We currently have 19 engines running behind the hood, or under the hood, and that is powerful because many AI engines still hallucinate. So using a combination and saying, okay, letting the AI engines amongst themselves decide whether the result, what is actually shown in the image or in the video, and then if they all agree on that, then it must be right. That's our current approach, and I'm working on a few other projects as well, but the main focus is Pikibot. It's also on iOS, but the Android version is very important as well.
Yeah, speaking of Pikibot, we received an update today, so thanks for working on it.
Thanks.
Thank you, Martijn.
All the time updating.
Yeah.
And Rastislav?
Yes. So, as a developer, I do not work for any particular company or similar stuff. I'm mostly the kind of a blind mad scientist who all the time got some crazy ideas and then comes to implement them and goes and tries them in practice. So on my GitHub, which is public and hosts all my projects, you can find everything I've been working on over time. And my most recent project is WeScan, because I'm doing a lot of solo traveling. That's my hobby. I like to travel around the world and explore various countries, places, and I have found out that well, I did not find out, but the world is full of visual communication, and I like to give like the example of like when I go, for instance, to subway, and then the physical navigation in environment is quite doable. It's not such a problem because you can find tunnels, you can find stairs, you can find platforms, and so on. But subways have a lot of information communicated through visual features. For instance, the walls of the tunnels are painted in the color of the line of the subway, or you have various directional signs that are telling you which stairs lead to what platform, to what direction, and if you want to change lines, you've got like arrows and diagrams everywhere, so people easily know where to go. And this is all information that cannot be retrieved by any biological sense for a blind person. Yeah? Like I cannot read the wall color with echolocation, right, or a cane or anything like that. So I'm developing. So I was thinking if it would be possible to use the large language models to bridge the common task of reading visual communication. If it would be possible to map this discipline to the senses which are accessible for a blind person. That can mean speech. That, for example, I just will be walking in the subway and the application will tell me when it spots a sign. But it doesn't need to be only speech. It could be, for example, haptic feedback. It could be audible feedback, like playing some non-disturbing tones, and so on and so on. So yes, this is my most recent project. I'm trying to find out if it is possible. It would be possible to bridge the visual communication of the world with the senses a blind person has through the usage of large language models.
Thank you so much. And by the way, you're one of the young developers, blind developers outside of area. And I know we had another kid who was very young. That kid was also from India, where areas coming from with Vora. I think that kid was maybe like 13 or 15. I don't remember. We had him and his dad on here. So I'm always excited when I see, blind folks, and most especially those of you who are very young, knowing where the pain points are and trying to help us in whatever way possible. So welcome again, my man. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And back to again Zvomir.
Okay, I'm not young.
Well, you're still young, because I am young. You gotta be young. Yeah.
And I am not a developer, so I don't know what I'm doing here, but I'll tell you.
This is why we love having you on here.
I'll tell you. I'm work for Transition Technologies, whom you might some of you might know. For several years, we are developing seeing assistant applications which are mainly Seeing Assistant Move and Seeing Assistant Home. Then there was also Seeing Assistant Alarm GPS, which is only for iOS devices. And lately, we have launched a new application, Seeing Assistant Go, which is much more simple application than Seeing Assistant Move, because after this many years, we realized that people don't need many features, because not many people have enough skills to manage with them. So we developed a simpler application for navigation for the blind, and it was a great success for us, because firstly, this application was developed by two blind, one developer who is blind, and then another one who is doing the background for the application. And I can say that in the team of blind or visual people, visual impaired people, we have developed a 99% of this application. And now this application is translated to 15 languages, which is, for me, is a very, very good news, because many people from all over the world are writing to us that this application is really fine, and they want us to translate the interface, and we managed to do a special platform, implement a platform for translation. So now you can do it on your computer, on the website. So we are going, we are developing, and lately we are also put an update for this application, Seeing Assistant Go, where one of our where the function, new function, is localizing friends. So you can, in 2 or 3 or 5 people, you can join one the same session, and see where each of you is, and the information is being updated, in every several seconds. So it is not like on Google Maps or on Apple devices using Maps. And the other project which we have been developed for some years with called EcoVis. There are 3 games that the aim of the games is to learn people human echolocation and train their hearing skills. And these applications are EcoVis, Game, Quiz, and Streets. And I think that's it.
Wonderful. And when it's Q&A time, I'm going to give you a bad time, because I thought you said you had something on Fruitvale, which is Apple, that we don't have on Android. So I'm going to have a little grab with you.
Okay.
Thank you so much, my friend. I appreciate you.
First 3 questions are for 3.
Thanks again.
Okay.
All right, we got Aryan and Junaid from Tech Freedom. Let's get back to them.
Good evening, everyone, again. And this is Aryan, the lead developer of Tech Freedom. So Tech Freedom is the Android application, and over past 1 year, we have launched on Windows. And the very big and very good news is that we are coming on iOS too very soon. So
But
we are
this is
coming
the
on
wrong
iOS.
place to announce it, bro.
That's okay.
Yeah,
That's
I guess, I guess so. I guess.
here. We love you guys on the other side of the coin, the Fruitvale Apple land. You are our brothers. So yeah. So good news. Yeah, talk about it on here as well,
No,
Arian.
after the announcing, no. What happened after the announcement? I thought like I've realized that it's a wrong place. So pardon me
Yeah,
for that.
that's fine. But because we do have, people on here blind Android users that also have, the Fruitvale devices. So yeah, absolutely.
But
Give
you
them a
know
heads up
how
of what's coming up.
faithful we both are.
Yeah.
But announcing that it's now available on iOS is just a way of bragging that you brought it to Android first, which usually
Yeah,
doesn't happen.
Exactly.
Usually it's the other way
yeah,
around. So yeah,
mhm,
it's worth mentioning.
yeah.
Actually, this is because of my profile. Like as I've said, I'm an Android application developer. So obviously, like I was the one who started the development. So it was obvious like I'm gonna develop it on Android, as I know the Android application development. So that is the thing. And yeah, so Tech Freedom is being used by over 65,000 users across the globe. Around 65% people are from India, and rest is from mostly like it's from South Africa, African continent, and then Middle East. And so this type of user base we have so far. It's 65-35 ratio for us in India and rest of the world. In Tech Freedom, we are mainly focused on the solving accessibility of digital printed documents and as well as images, and helping people through the navigation stuff. And we have also added few additional things like news and current affairs, but it's mainly focused on Indian users, those who are using our application in India. So it's not useful that much. It's not that much useful for the international users, but yeah, we do have that options, and we are mainly focused on the solving problem using the artificial intelligence over past 6 years. And for last 1 year, we have been integrating our AI features very very fastly, very quickly. Um, Right now, the application has more than 28 features across many domains, but as we have already announced in the July as well, and I'm reconfirming it here, that we are working on the major update of Tech Freedom, that is TF5. So Tech Freedom version 5 is coming up, and will start its public beta in the mid-November, most probably. So it's a rewritten version of our Android application. Like we haven't used a single code from past Tech Freedom version 4. So it's a rewritten version, especially written in the Jetpack Compose for the high stability and good performance, as it's a updated framework by the Google. And Google has just announced, like like 4 years ago, Google has announced that it is our official and recommended toolkit to develop an Android application. So we has to migrate our existing code base to their to it. So that is the thing. So Tech Freedom has many features, as I've told you, but some of our important features are document reader, which lets you read any kind of document, and it makes your inaccessible or scanned PDFs accessible as well, thanks to the powerful OCR engine by Google Cloud Vision. And nextly, we have audio conversion facility, which is mostly liked by our users mainly. So we have several providers there, like we do have 11 Labs, we do have you know Google Cloud. It's Chop Voices, which is the latest and greatest from the Google Cloud, and as well as we do have the Microsoft Voices, if you preferred in the more stable tone. So apart of that, we have the features like scene description and image reader. Image reader deals with the applying optical character recognition on the images. On the other hand, the scene description uses the GPT 4.1 under the hood to perform and get the AI image description. You can share your image, or as well as you can capture your image as well. Another thing we have is Voicify TTS. It's a TTS engine manager. It is more more useful in the countries like India, because here we do have to use nearly 3 or 4 languages TTS. So it detects your language on the fly and changes your TTS engine. So it's like that. And as well as we do have features like video description, audio transcription, as its name suggests, that do the same job. And as well as text to audio, one of our most important feature, which lets you convert your text into audio. And as well as we do have the navigation feature. So navigation feature is mainly useful while you are traveling. Like if you are in the bus and you want to know that where I am, you don't need to ask anyone. Just open the TechFreedom, hit the navigation, and then hit the travel mode. It lets you it'll lets you know where you are, and additionally 2 landmarks. So it'll help you. And last time when I was here, we were here. At the time, TechFreedom was completely free use, and we have run our application for completely free for 6 years. But due to some sustainability issues, and we don't want to compromise with the quality we offer. So quality is utmost important for us, and we don't want to compromise with the quality we offer. So that's why we have decided to move towards the paid plan, as it ensures the financial sustainability of the project. So we have set at the nominal fee of around $10 per year to use our application for the international users. And thanks to our valuable partners like Accessible Android we have in the Turkish region, so we have set their customized pricing as well there. And so you'll have to pay around $10 to use our application without any advertisement. And if you can still use the free version, but you'll have to face the video advertisement. That might be some difficult for those who are continuously or regularly using the application. For them, we have introduced the paid plan, which is around $10. And one more thing, there are just few hours left, like probably 6 or 7 hours left. You can grab our annual membership in just 50% discount. So it's about $5. And I've seen throughout this offer period, like lots of users are buying, and especially lots of international users are buying at the 50% discount. So if you want to buy, you can just go ahead and buy at just only $5 per 1 year, and you'll get many great features. And lots of things are coming up and building up in the future as well. So yeah.
Thank you so much. Vora, you have anything to say? Because Vora is your partner there from TechFreedom.
Yeah, he's the official spokesperson of VI Developers, and as well as he handles is the director of content. So he is responsible for all the content we produce.
All right. Thank you so much for inviting us, first of all. This is Jonathan Vora, Executive Secretary, as well as Director of Content at VI Developers. I would just like to add one thing, that we have received criticism and most of it wasn't, I would say, constructive regarding the ads, the amount of ads especially we push towards our users. So we have thought about it, and those who might be wondering that we are getting new version, we are bringing new version, which is TechFreedom 5. Have we thought anything about the advertisements? And the answer is yes, we have. And we have multiple plans for our upcoming version. And one more thing I would like to add regarding TF5 is, this time we are not just focusing on accessibility, but we are also focusing on the aesthetics, which I would say most of the developers, especially accessible app or game developers, don't. So this time you will get to see a whole new TechFreedom with proper aesthetics, proper look and feel, proper designing, and accessibility doesn't get compromised, of course.
Thank you so much. Looking forward to the new one. All right. Let's ask questions for TechFreedom guys. We're making the exception here. So if anyone has any question for Arian or for Vora, please do.
I got a suggestion for them.
Okay.
Well,
Sure.
First, let me thank you and express some how I'm grateful for them to be here, and how much I appreciate the app itself. But let me a little bit express myself and some others to make it like small as it is. View on the latest development with the tech free freedom app, which is the advertisement part. As we suggested and sometimes argued about it, I wish they could either create a free users tiers level, like a little bit slower on work or a little bit limited AI usage or whatever the tier condition they suggest, instead of that full screen advertisement thing, because it's counterproductive as it
Yeah.
should be for simple blind users, especially
Yeah. So,
them
Harris,
students.
I understand what you are saying. So,
Yep.
you would rather have maybe be limited to maybe 5 pages recognition, or X amount of whatever,
Whatever suits
over
them, yeah,
having a
whatever suits them,
full
and yeah,
ad, and have access to, let's say I have a 200-page book and I want it converted. You think that would be a better option?
anything that suits them and doesn't make them lose money because of it, or limit their working conditions, or limit their reach, whatever suits them, it would be acceptable, other than a full screen ad, because it's a waste of people's time and a waste of people's lives, because time is life, you know.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
here's my take on the whole thing, and I'll just say mine as it is. I think that out of all the subscription, I've seen a lot of apps with subscription models and all of that. I think they have the most reasonable of all subscriptions that I have ever seen. There's hardly any that you have less. I mean, these guys are making it less than $1 a month, $10 a year. I think that is absolutely, yeah. It may still be a little bit of money for some people elsewhere, but I
Absolutely,
think
I
this is
agree with you.
absolutely a great
Absolutely,
subscription
I
model.
agree with you. I agree with you 100%, and I'm willing to even pay for that as a donation without even using the app. It's a matter of it's a matter of principle for some, because me myself, I'm one of the enemies of advertisement in general, and especially with them full screen ads aimed towards the blind people, because truly,
Okay.
who clicks on those?
Okay, let me answer your question. Yeah, we do receive lots of things. Firstly, I'm really, really, really happy with your statement. Like you have just said that it doesn't make us lose the money, and lots of people forgets about that. So usually, when we are using and when we are providing services like OCR, when you are providing services like AI, it all costs us, and actually it is going from our pockets. So we have to think about that as well. But I'm really happy that you mentioned about that as well. And as Junaid has already spoken about, we have cared about the in the TF5, our upcoming version. We have cared about our free users as well, and we have reduced some frequency of advertisement as well, and we have given you the alter ways to skip those advertisement, like earning credits and lots of other things we have introduced as well. So you'll get to like you can just do certain things, and you'll get some credits, and you can just avoid those full screen ads. Like we cannot completely remove the advertisement, as we want something to earn from our free users as well. We can limit, like I can put some, per day you can just OCR the 10 images, or per day you can just open the 20 documents. We can do this, but restricting them is not a solution for us, because our costing is fixed. Like we don't have any variable costing at all. Our costing is fixed, so we just have to think about our monthly costing, and getting those dollars out of that. So that is the thing, and we have to think about. So we cannot completely free our users, but yeah, we have already covered this scenario. And when you will get the TF5, you will not be disappointed. That's only I can say.
Okay, so Harriet, when
yeah.
you see version 5, then you let me know what do you think. But
Exactly. And
thank you
another
both
suggestion for first-time users, you can just put like either 24 hours or 3 days, like
Trial.
premium or subscribe. Yeah, trial
That's good.
for the people to enjoy to let them see what are the benefits,
Yeah.
and then
Okay. That
they
makes
would
sense.
be paying it
Yeah. So
happily.
yeah, I would suggest, if it's possible, if it's doable, maybe give people like a 3-day trial, and then thereafter, if you want to continue with the subscription based on what you have experienced, ad free, then you could continue with the subscription or
Sure.
just default
Sure,
back to that free trial.
Yeah, that I do agree with you. We'll think about that, and hopefully, when TF5 will bring that as well, because we have to think about security reasons as well. See, if we measure our trial based on the accounts, and you know very well how easiest is to create extra another account, Gmail account, and just go ahead and log in. So we have to think about security part as well. So we'll work on that, and hopefully we'll bring something new in the TF5 related to this trial period as well.
Thank you.
Thank you
Does
so much.
anyone have? Thanks, Harriet. Does anyone else have any questions for Tech Freedom guys, or we
Steve
continue?
has his hand
with,
raised. I don't know if he has a question or not.
I do. I was just trying to not interrupt.
Please do.
So just another idea, and I'm probably going to be hated for throwing this out, but I really appreciate the idea that, what you're doing has to be sustainable. I wonder, Warren sort of hit on this earlier, which is it is a very, very inexpensive subscription for many people, not for everyone, but for many of us, it's a very inexpensive subscription. I don't know how much revenue you get from advertising, but another possibility or thought would be to have an optional add-on / donate type of thing. I'm not saying raise the price of the subscription, but frankly, if I paid twice as much, it would still be cheaper than most of the other subscriptions I have. And I think many people might be willing to pay a little more, knowing that by paying a little more, advertisements would go away and it would be a cleaner, easier experience for new users. So I don't want to start a debate on any of that sort of stuff. I'm just throwing it out there as an optional thing to possibly consider. I think for many people, it's an extremely inexpensive subscription, and having an option to pay more, especially if taking advantage of that would make it easier for people, would save you guys from dealing with all the advertising stuff. It might be an option. I would certainly sign up for it. So just wanted to throw that out there.
We haven't thought that way, actually. You are the first one who said this and who committed this. So I'm really grateful, first of all. And I really like it that you people are know that how much you are getting and for what you are getting. So that's really nice of you guys. So I really like it, and we would think about that. What we can create some as an add-on, or we can just you can just let someone else buy the subscription. We can do that thing as well. Just I got the idea, so not that much concrete, but like you can, if you want, you can let someone else. You can pay behalf of them to purchase a subscription. So we can do something like that, and we'll definitely think about that. May I know your good name?
I'm Steve.
Oh yeah, Steve. So for sure, and we can just have a chat as well. You can just reach us to the our official support email address as well.
Okay,
and if
good.
you're on the Telegram, I'm there as well. So
Good.
yeah.
We got Liam. Liam, you got a question? You raised your hand, right?
Yeah, it's kind of following on from what Steve just suggested. I was wondering, your subscription, is it just a fixed price for all users, or do you have a tiered option as well?
No, we have monthly, 6 months, and yearly subscription. So we just want our user, why we have introduced a subscription. We just want to cover our monthly costing. We don't want to earn a single dollar from that. So we are doing it
Okay.
voluntarily. And not only me, like there are 53. We are the team of 53 people, and we all are doing it voluntarily. So we don't wanna earn the money, but we just want to cover our monthly costing. So that's why we have just created the simple subscription. It's not business for us. It's our contribution to our community.
Yeah, because I'm just wondering, you've got people in your community and you've got a lot of users in a lot of different regions. It sounds like each of these users will have a different amount of willingness to pay, right? So if you were to plot economically speaking, the demand curve, if you were to split that into different sections and offer different tiers, then potentially for the user with low economic capacity, they could have sort of a freer version, and then you're generating your revenue from the people who especially in the United States, or I'm not sure all the regions you reach, but there's a bigger economic capacity with those countries and those regions. So I'm just curious why you keep it one price for them.
Okay, we haven't keep a single price. Like for Turkey, we have 250 Turkish lira. It's not equal to $10. So what we do, like we don't have that much marketing connectivity with all the regions. So if someone approach us from any, like for example, may I know from where you are?
Sorry?
Liam is from South Africa, but let's say, for example, if someone in South Africa or someone in Kenya or in Ghana or Nigeria, for example, want to take advantage of that non-advertisement version. I know that, for example, let's say $1 is equals to X amount of maybe the South African rand or something.
What I wanted to say is, like, if someone, a big organization or big group or big team approach us from the particular region, for example, South Africa, and if they say like we can afford this much of amount, like as it's official, so I can say it here. Like when we were setting price for the Turkey region, we had a good chat with Sally, and Sally has advised this price to us. So we took advice from them, and if someone approaches us that we cannot pay, for example, we cannot pay full $10, so we give them a good discount as well. So we can set a different price for that country as well. So we are open to that.
That's really nice. So in other words, let's clarify this to you listeners out there. So if you're from another country, for example, maybe you could have someone that contact the guys at Tech Freedom. Hey, is it possible to kind of give us a different tier in our country? Say you're in Ghana or in Nigeria, for example. Say we're willing to pay $5 annually, or whatever the case, an equivalence of $5, which is half price of the $10. I think that is fair to both of you, the developer as to the user, because in this case there's sacrifices on both sides of the aisle, so to speak, because as a developer you are having that compassion where you're considering the situation out there and giving them a lower price, and then you as a user, you are considering the time of these guys and giving them something to kind of help them appreciate their work. So I think it's a win-win situation. Martin, you raise your hand.
Yeah, I just wanted to address the advertising situation to Tech Freedom. I find it very challenging to really try to make it sustainable using advertising alone. I don't know how you guys think about that, but honestly, the numbers in the blind community are just low, and the advertisements alone are not going to cut it. It's the reality. I think that you will have to look for other sponsorships or ways to get out of this. It's I mean, just to put it in perspective, I made an earlier app, a series of apps for call recorders, and it had about 7 million downloads, and use advertising for that. But even for that, you can't pay a decent income for an international developer, even with 7 million downloads. So that is, I mean, if you look at the numbers we have in the blind community, it's going to be very, very, very challenging. So I just wanted to, yeah, to put it out there. It is, yeah, just, yeah, don't put all your eggs in that basket of doing advertisements with subscriptions and then thinking that, okay, this will make it sustainable. In the end, somebody has to pay the bills.
Yeah. Actually, we are mostly relied on the subscription model. So that's why we have added this subscription thing. So advertisement is, you can think about as a companion. So it will add some extra shine to the sword. So it's like that. But we are mainly focusing, we are mainly, getting funded through the subscription. So we are generating revenue through the selling subscription. And that's what we are doing. Yeah.
It makes sense, totally. Devin, you raise your hand.
Yes, so I have one question about I noticed that the Tech Freedom has audio transcription, and so I'm wondering if how long an audio file can it transcribe, and just a comment on the subscriptions. I would pay $10 a month for good quality tools and stuff like that. Like I would really I'm willing to pay.
Thank you.
Very nice. For the audio transcription, it can transcribe up to 20 minutes. We have tested with the 20 minutes. I don't have larger audio than that, so longer audio than that. So that's why I couldn't try. But we have tested with 20 minutes of audio, and it works really good. But yeah, if you are transcribing 20 minutes, then you should be and you are willing to wait for 10 minutes most probably, because all the regardless of the provider you use, like you use Google, you use Microsoft or OpenAI's Whisper, all the things are very heavy and time taking, so it'll take.
Thank you. Dan, you got a question. Dan Toth.
It's more of a comment on the interface side of it.
Sure.
Like when I've used Tech Freedom, I go in and I know you have a lot of different options there. If you're redesigning it, have you thought of maybe grouping different things together, like maybe OCR, and make it so that
Document
it's
reader.
easier? Yeah, and like make it easier, because sometimes it's like, well, which one do I use? Do I use this one or that one? So that's my comment on Tech Freedom.
As Junes said, we have already worked on the UI part as well. You will get the best UI, better UI currently what you have, and the number of features are reduced to approximately 45%. So 45% features, number of features we have, changed, merged, or connected with the other features. So probably you will have nearly 15 to 20 features in the newer version, but like as we have 28 features, so we have reduced it to around 18 or 19. So yeah.
Thank you so much.
Okay, I would like to add something. So we have clubbed some similar features or features that are very close to each other. But the whole categorizing thing, like document tools and image tools, we thought of doing it, but as I said, we are also focusing on aesthetics now. So it didn't look that appealing, and it was also it also increased the number of clicks you have to perform to get to a feature. So we have clubbed some of our features. As Aryan mentioned, we have clubbed almost 45% of our features. So you'll get like not categories, subcategories, I would say, but you'll see when it comes.
Thank you so much.
For example, just a small example I can give. For for example, we have scene description and image reader. Okay, so we have clubbed it to the image analyzer, so it can perform both the tasks together in a single thing. So that's only that far I can tell you. So for now, it's not in the public beta, that's why. But yeah, we have done like this. So we have clubbed lots of features like this. And we have also added some new views so that you will not have to, scroll multiple times to get into the feature. And as well as we have the sorting facilities to you available to you as well. So you can move up, down, top, bottom, up, down. So you can change the position of that feature as well. And you can, if you like, just a quick tip, if you don't know, you can just in the current version as well, you can change the position of the feature as well.
Thank you so much.
My main objective of using Tech Freedom is to read various documents, and I am completely amazed. One of the applications, it's basically fetching all kinds of formats, typical formats that we get in a document. So it's very better experience while reading something. So are you guys working on similar of that? If you are working, then yeah, I'm happy to subscribe.
Do you mean the markup elements?
Sorry?
Do you mean the markup elements like headings and subheadings?
Yeah, of course. Heading and stuff like that. Yeah.
Oh yeah. So just I would say just wait for TF5 then. If you are waiting for this particular thing, then wait for TF5.
Yeah, of course. I've been dying for this feature. And just actually, could you also tell us about this? The practicality of the thing is that the developer is, despite paying, despite taking money for the application, the app I'm amazed by, we are bounded with a limited amount of files. So, I mean, what's the practicality of this thing? If
See,
you
I can see, first thing first, I can't comment on other developers, those who are working for the visual
No,
embed community.
I'm not want you to talk. I mean, on other works. I just want to make the thing clarified that let's say you have implemented some of the AI APIs and stuff like that, and of course you have to pay them as well. But let's say you have something like, if someone is scrolling through the document and suddenly an image appears, then we would have a great description that this is the cover of the book and this has an something blah blah blah. So if let's say someone is using that great feature, despite subscribing to that to the application, I mean, is it practical to bound with certain amounts of files?
See, what you are telling, I'm not I'm not a right person to answer that thing. But see, every developer has its own thinking and own way to develop things, and we must because see, application is their private entity, so we must respect their restrictions or what they are providing. Because everyone, when we are in the Tech Freedom, when we develop something, we took advice from lots of people. Okay, but end of the day, decision is ours. So it's like that. So you will have to respect all the developers. The simplest thing is that if you like their efforts, or if you like that their things or way of doing, you just have to stick with that. Because as a developer, I can feel that pain of developers, because lots of people are arguing about the pricing of such applications and other things of such applications. So I must say, I can feel the pain. Okay, despite in the same industry, we may be the rivals, there may be the rivalries, but I can just feel their pains, because it's too much costly out there, and these technologies are not that much cheaper or that much easier to host. So you'll have to respect all the developers and their requirements. That's simplest thing which I can say to you.
Sure.
Well, thank you so much. Jonathan, are you with us?
I'm here.
Yeah, go ahead and tell us about your project. And so
long story short is Harvard did something called iX-ray with Meta glasses, and it was able to identify anyone using their technology. And I'm trying to figure out a way to work with them or get their code or just copy their code or develop my own code that can do what those glasses do and just identifying people. And I have it set up at the framework where you can use it with a group called change.org, for example, where you could identify people within that group. Like say you're at a protest and you want to identify people that are friendly. You can say, okay, these are identifiable people that I can trust. So that's where I'm at. It's something new. I'll keep it short. That's where I'm at.
Okay. So that's in a nutshell.
Yeah.
This is a project that is aimed at helping blind people to, maybe you're out walking around and maybe I've seen instances that some of my friends would try to see if I know who it is, by tapping me on the shoulder or whatever. And sometimes they will say something and maybe I haven't seen them in a while. And I'm trying to figure out who they are. I mean, it happens in stores and things of that nature. So the whole idea is to be able to, once you interacted with this person, for example, then you could have them maybe like in my database so that anytime I run into them on the street, and maybe they haven't seen me, but if my phone sees them, I know, oh, there's Dan down there or something like that. And so I can see its usefulness. And I've been in embarrassing situations where I've forgotten the voice of the person and they are so excited to see me. And yet I don't remember where I met them. So I can see how the thing will come in handy. Yeah, so that's what your project is. So are you thinking, though, if this thing gets footing, is it going to be coming on as an app, or is it going to be something that will just be used over a web browser portal, for example?
I believe Harvard, however Harvard did it, I'm hoping it can be an Android. The way I'm looking at it and the way the data looks, it's an Android app.